Okay, guys, welcome to a session. Let's start a session now.
Because you are here, I'm welcoming you, everyone. And one thing I would like to say is we are in the middle of a chapter. The chapter name is okay. You guys are talking too much. बहुत ज़्यादा बात कर रहे हो. Focus on the screen now. So what I said is we are into this chapter called reproduction in animals, and basically we have covered 50% of the chapter. Okay, 50 से आगे का we are starting today. So people who have joined today, you people did not tell me honestly कि how many people have joined today only, but yes, more or less थोड़ा मुझे idea तो है. So people who have just joined today, let me tell you guys that probably you might have a little difficulty in understanding certain terms and processes because it is a continuation. Okay, ये. So with that, let me take you to what we have to do for the day. But usse pehle, let me show you this chapter summary. Exactly what we have done. We have spoken about sexual reproduction. This we have not done so far. Okay? Male and female reproductive system we have covered. Types of fertilization also we have covered. Okay? So we are left with basically these parts and asexual reproduction. So like I told you, exactly 50% of the topic has been almost covered. 50% is left that we are going to do from now on. Okay? And secondly, let's see how many of you have actually revised your topics. Okay? Let me check that also. And for that, I have got you revision question, which will not affect your accuracy. It will not affect your accuracy, but you can answer it on the ballot. Ballot में answer करो आप मुझे, ठीक है? Number of eggs that are produced by, yes, करो. Some people will get it wrong. It's all right. You have joined it for the first day. So if you don't understand, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, chalo. Let me close the ballot. Everyone has answered. Okay, what was the question, bachcho? Number of eggs produced by both ovaries in 1 year. 1 year का मतलब क्या होता है? First of all, 12 months. Okay, so one ovary produces one ovum in 1 month. ठीक है? One ovary produces one ovum in 1 month, and the ovaries produce 6 ovum in a span of a year because they work alternatively. ठीक है? If I show you on a whiteboard, let's say, suppose these are the 2 ovaries. I'm not drawing the other parts, just the ovaries. So this ovary will produce 6 ovum. This ovary will produce 6 ovum in 1 year. Okay? So in 1 year, 6 will be produced by one, 6 will be produced by the other. So अगर मैं बोलूँ together both the ovary produce how many ovum? So it will be 6 plus 6. Very easy. It will be 12, right? So that is why हमारा answer इस question का होगा 12. Okay. So both the ovaries in 1 year will produce how many eggs? 12, because each ovary produces 6. So 6 plus 6, yeah, 6 into 2, whatever you do, so you get 12. Okay, is it understood, everyone? समझ आया? Okay. New students, if you have doubt at the end of the session, I will give you mic. अभिषेक, अभी आप नोट डाउन कर लो. I will give you mic. मैं सबको आपको एक्सप्लेन करूंगी अच्छे से. ठीक है? नहीं, there is no noise near me. Okay, everything is clear. Okay, chalo. There is one more question. Zygote divides repetitively. Zygote divides repeatedly to form a ball of cell. Zygote जो है वो divide करता है. What is zygote? Zygote is formed after fertilization of sperm and ovum. That single cell is known as the zygote. So zygote will divide. Zygote undergoes division, and as a result of division of zygote, a structure is formed. Cell divide करेगा ना, cell division. So a structure is formed. So this structure, I want to know what is the name of this structure. That is what I want to know. And I will give you the ballot also. These are all revision for people who have already attended the previous session, and for the new kids who don't understand, no problem. We can do this, okay? Chalo, everyone has answered mostly. Okay. So, well, like I told you, after fertilization, let's say this is over, and let's say this is the sperm. This is the process of fertilization. Fertilization leads to the formation of zygote, and zygote undergoes the process of cell division. CD matlab cell division, and cell ke division se there is a ball of cell that is formed, and this ball of cell, is structure ko we call as embryo, and embryo later on develops into the fetus. Okay, fetus pehle nahi banega, pehle banega embryo, and embryo will develop into fetus. So that's why hamara answer will be option A, embryo. Let's see one more. एक और revision question. ठीक है? Let's test your knowledge. Fertilization occurs where? Fertilization कहाँ पे होता है? Read all the options, because answer is not exactly what you think. ठीक है? चलो. I told you people, why don't you read all the options? Okay, everyone has answered again. So, what is the answer? What is the question? The question is fertilization occurs where? So, fertilization occurs in fallopian tube. But the other name of fallopian tube is also oviduct, right? So, oviduct bhi sahi hai, fallopian tube bhi sahi hai. So, our answer is more than one option is correct. Both 2 and 3 are correct. So, that is why answer will be more than one option is correct. Question number 2 and 3 समझ आया सबको? Revision question 2 and 3. Is everyone clear? सब कोई clear है? Very good. Let's start from this part. No one will talk now. ठीक है? No one is going to talk now. बहुत आपने बात कर लिया. I will start a little with what I ended last day. I have confirmed that this is what I have done the other day also, but I would like to continue from this part only. So what are we studying now? We are talking about test tube baby, right? Test tube baby, yeah, it is also known as in vitro fertilization. In vitro मतलब body के बाहर अगर fertilization हो रहा है उसको बोलते हैं in vitro. Outside the body fertilization is occurring. Now in this case, in vitro fertilization will take place for people or females, that is women, who have blocked oviducts. जिनमें oviduct या fallopian tube में problem है, they will only have this type of process, that is in vitro fertilization. So what will happen in vitro fertilization? First of all, सबसे पहले the female will be given some stimulation. जैसे let's say for example, if I want you to study, what will I do? I will kind of try to stimulate you कि बच्चों पढ़ो, you will get 100 out of 100 in your school exam. You will get 100 out of 100. You will be the school topper. ऐसे मैं बार बार आपको stimulate करने के लिए करूँगी. So then you will think कि अच्छा मुझे तो first आना है class में, so I will study. So in this process also there are some chemical stimulants, right? Chemically कुछ stimulants होते हैं. So those are given to the female, and the ultimate reason for those stimulants is the female should be producing a lot of eggs. Okay. Generally we know that in a month a female produces only one egg. इतना मैंने आपको बताया अभी one ovary produces one egg, but because of this stimulation, under this stimulation, the female will produce more than one egg also. Multiple eggs may be produced as a matter of fact, right? So that is the first thing to be done. After that, the eggs will be collected from the body of the female. Eggs को हमने ले लिया, collect कर लिया, we have collected. And second thing is we have to collect the sperm from the male. So from the female, we have collected the eggs. From the male, we have collected the sperm. And now that we have both, that is sperm as well as ovum, we are going to carry out the process of fertilization. But this process of fertilization will be outside the female body, outside the body of the female. So therefore, it is not a normal form of fertilization. ठीक है, बॉडी के बाहर होगा. अब fertilization का product is always the same. Fertilization will lead to the formation of zygote, and zygote will gradually it will develop and it will form the embryo. Okay, so now that you have an embryo, what you do is with the help of a syringe you collect the embryo. आपने embryo को syringe से collect कर लिया, and this embryo will be then put back into the uterus of the female. Uterus के अंदर आपने embryo को रख दिया. This is the embryo. Okay, and because you have put the embryo inside the uterus, it will grow, it will develop, and ultimately from this embryo you will have a full-fledged baby. Okay, so ये जो technique है, this process of in vitro fertilization, who is about to carry out this process? The doctor will carry out this process. It cannot be done at home. And for who do you think this process suits the most? It is for women whose oviduct or fallopian tube is blocked, because unme fertilization cannot take place, fertilization cannot happen within the body. So therefore fertilization process hum bahar karwayenge, we'll do it outside, and then we'll place the embryo back into the body of the female so that the rest of the process can happen normally. Is it understood? Have you guys understood? Very good. So we have a subjective question. One more thing is, kids, the new students, my old students already know that in this program, what happens is we don't focus much on the objective question, because school exams will not give you objective question. The main purpose of this program is to make sure you do well in your school. We don't want you to do, ऐसा कुछ नहीं कि we want you to do only objective और school में जाके out of 80 आपको 40 marks, 50 marks आए. We want you to prepare yourself for your school exams. And for that reason, we will do a lot of subjective question in this program. So this is very different, like I told you. आपको बहुत अलग लगेगा ये. That's my promise. And what you have to do is ODA cycle. Charan was hinting this to me. You have to, whatever is there on the screen, you have to write. And first of all, you have to take a screenshot. That's most important. And then you have to write, and write के बाद आपको learn करना है, and learn के बाद today I add one more, that is revise. Okay, blue trick, red trick, I have not got it. Later on I'll get it for you. Okay, so screenshot, write, learn and revise. This is the cycle that should go on and on and on for this program that you are enrolled. Okay, so if you see this question, can a woman with blocked fallopian tube give birth to a baby? The answer is of course she can, but not through normal process. She can give birth through IVF, that is in vitro fertilization. And most importantly, test tube baby, we call it. Test tube babies are not born out of test tubes. Mind you that. If somebody tells you test tube babies are born out of test tubes, he or she is telling you absolutely rubbish. Test tube babies are not born out of test tube. Test tube babies are born out of mothers only. But the only difference is the fertilization process happens outside the body. ठीक है? अभी समझ आया? अभी समझ आया? Everyone is clear? Okay, this is a subjective question. बहुत important है. Blocked fallopian tube है, so that's why IVF. Okay. ठीक है, ठीक है. First quiz of the day. Let me mute you. Money also a lot. In lakhs actually. Women opting for IVF generally suffer from. Good. Other people please answer. बाकी लोग 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up and I close it. So, Isha, Krishna, Charan, Sia, Aradhita, Umaiza, Arshia, Arvind, Hasini, Henil, Yashashri, Siri, Durgesh, Karthik, Bharat, Abhishek, Prathamesh and Alok has given me the correct answer. And yes, women opting for IVF suffer from blocked fallopian tube condition. Okay? Let's talk about fertilization in frog now. Now, what do you mean by fertilization happening outside the body? Is it actually possible? Of course, it is possible. So, all you need for this type of fertilization is sperm and ovum, of course, right? So, sperm and ovum अगर आपके पास है, so आप उसको body के बाहर भी fertilize करवा सकते हो. And this type of fertilization happens in frog, which is known as external. External means outside the body, body के बाहर. Okay, so few facts from straight out of the NCRT. This fact that I am going to share is straight out of the NCRT again. That is, frogs जो है, in which season do they reproduce mainly? In the rainy season or in the springtime also, right? Mainly to in the rainy season, right? And yes, what happens in this case is, because the process of fertilization is external, the female frog will first lay the eggs, and after that the male frog will release the sperm. Pehle eggs will be laid, uske baad it will be followed by the release of sperm. And sperm and eggs, if both are available, fertilization process will take place. And yes, frog eggs do not have a shell. Very, very important. Very, very important information. You have seen a bird's egg. आपने देखा होगा bird का egg. So bird's egg has a calcium shell outside it. But a frog's egg will never have a shell outside it, because if there is a shell, अगर बाहर एक shell present है, how will fertilization happen? So egg and sperm, they have to come together. If there is a shell around the egg, the sperm will not be able to break the shell, right? Sperm के पास इतना power नहीं है कि it will break the calcium shell and then it will fertilize the egg. So therefore, in case of frog, the eggs do not have a cell. Compulsorily, they will not have a shell, right? And if you are wondering कि फिर वो कैसे एक साथ रहेंगे, वो तो इधर उधर चले जाएंगे, they don't have a shell. No, the thing is they have a jelly-like material, a sticky material which brings them all together. Okay, so the female frog lays eggs which are without shell, number one, which are held together by jelly-like substances, sticky substances. They will be holding up the egg together, right? And yes, just like frogs, external fertilization is also seen in fishes. Starfishes matlab they belong to that category of Echinodermata. Echinodermata को belong करते हैं, ठीक है? So these also are examples of external fertilization. Now, if you see this question, again, there is a subjective question. All you have to do is screenshot, write, learn, and revise. That is the cycle. So in this, you can see there's a female frog, there's a male frog, and they are in water. Currently, they are in water. So first of all, this female frog will lay the eggs. Okay. उसके बाद the male frog will lay the sperm, release the sperm, that is. And because the sperms and the eggs both are in water, ये सब कुछ कहाँ पे हो रहा है बच्चों? Water में. And both are in water, so eggs are also not having shell. So these eggs will be very easily fertilized by the sperm. ठीक है? And this is the process that I have written. Again, sperms come in contact with egg and the process of fertilization happens there. कहाँ पे हो रहा है? Water में हो रहा है, not inside the body. So what will you call this type of fertilization? Of course, without a second thought, it is external fertilization. All right? And yes, the final one. The eggs of frogs do not have shells for protection. But how they are still safe? There is a matter of concern of safety, because shells provide the safety to the eggs. So if these eggs don't have a shell, how are they safe? How are they provided their safety? They are provided by their safety by the jelly-like material. जो sticky material मैंने कहा, it will hold the eggs together. Let's say these are the eggs. So eggs के around there will be a jelly-like material. and jelly-like material will bind all the eggs. And yes, most importantly, these eggs are very bad to taste. Not that I have tasted, but it has been told because other animals who come to eat these eggs don't find it palatable. तो ये लोग खाते नहीं है. Other big fishes या other animals which stay in water, they actually try to feed upon these eggs, but they are not good to taste. That jelly-like substance is very bad to taste. तो थोड़ा सा भी वो ले लेते हैं ना तो वो ऐसे चले जाते हैं because they don't like the taste of it, right? So that is how protection is provided to the eggs of the frog, right? So this is all about external fertilization in frog. Is everyone clear? Everyone in the class is clear? Great. Okay. Now I have a question for you, but then I will not make it a compulsory question for everyone, particularly the new students. Why? Because a lot of questions or statements that I have on the screen, they are based on previous knowledge. So मैं force नहीं करूँगी. I will not force you to answer this question. But if you are an old student, you have to answer this. Okay? अच्छा, these are all, by the way, questions out of your NCRT. सारे के सारे statements, you can verify it. They are NCRT questions. So how do you have to solve this? Read it and decide it for yourself कि true है, false है, true है, false है, whatever. True है, false है, and then 4 of it is together. That is the way you answer this. ठीक है? Go for it. If you are a new student and your answer is wrong, it's okay. Because you have not studied this topic with me. So it's okay, your answer is wrong. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I close it. So yes, Charan, Yashashri, Henil, Arshia, Arvind, Bharat, Durgesh, Krishna, Kartik, Sia, Umeza, Namish, Isha, Siri, Alok, Hasini and Abhishek has given me the correct answer. So yes, let's do it one by one. Okay, so first of all, each sperm is a single cell. एक sperm एक cell होता है. This is true. External fertilization occurs in frog. Just now we have learned it, right? So this is bound to be true. Embryo is made up of a single cell. This is false. Zygote is made up of a single cell, but zygote divide करता है to form embryo, which has a lot of cells. So therefore, it's a ball of cells, right? So therefore, this statement is false. Zygote is formed after fertilization. This statement is also true, right? Sperm and the ovum, fertilization, zygote forming. So yes, TTFT, our answer is option C. Okay. And yes, just like your frogs, external fertilization also happens in fishes. And how do we know this? How do we know that external fertilization happens in fish? Because fish lay eggs in water. So female fish, the process is the same. The female fish will first lay the eggs. The male fish will then release the sperm. And yes, everything will happen in water. And the sperms, because they have the ability to swim, so they will swim and they will be fertilizing the eggs, and all of it will happen in water where the zygote will be formed, and gradually it will develop into a fish. Okay, so this is also an NCRT exemplar question कि fish में भी कौन से type of fertilization होता है? The answer is external fertilization. Okay, so the next question of the day: which of the following organism, both the organism mind you, show external fertilization? Okay, chalo. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I close it. So yes, everyone has given me the correct answer. I don't even need to read the names. So which of the following organisms show external fertilization? Fish and frog. Hen, no. Pigeon, no. Turtle, no. Even though turtle is an aquatic organism, it will not show external fertilization. Don't think like this कि वो पानी में रहता है तो it will show external fertilization. It's not like that, right? So yes. Let's talk about the entire story. Whatever we have learned in a nutshell. Whatever we have learned. Okay. So first of all, the story of everyone's life. आपका मेरा सबका story of life begin होता है with the formation of that single cell. That is known as zygote. And zygote is formed as a result of fertilization. So fertilization happens when a male gamete, that is a sperm, fuses with the female gamete, that is an egg. And this results in the formation of zygote. Zygote undergoes cell division and thereby a ball of cell. Many cells are formed, and this is what we call as embryo. Now, this embryo formation will also happen in the fallopian tube. But like I told you previous day में मैंने बोला कि space is not sufficient in the fallopian tube. So this embryo will travel down from the fallopian tube to the uterus. And just like you plant a tree in the soil, so this embryo will get planted or attached or embedded in the wall of the uterus. And this process of embedding of the embryo to the wall of the uterus, इसको बोलते हैं क्या? By the way, इसको क्या बोलते हैं? Who is going to tell me this process in which embryo gets embedded in the wall of the uterus? What do you call this? के बाद ultimately fetus formation will take place. And when are we going to use this term fetus, by the way? When the head, the hand, the legs, everything can be made out. जब हम बाहर से देख के बता पाएंगे कि बच्चे का ये हेड है, बच्चे का ये आई है, बच्चे का ये ईयर है, बच्चे का ये हैंड है, then we will call it as the fetus. जब तक it is a ball of cell, हम लोग उसको बोलेंगे embryo. But later on, when we can make out the different parts, we will call it as the fetus. And fetus ultimately will develop into the baby, and that is how the birth of the baby takes place. So एक बार cycle अगर आप देखो, fertilization, zygote formation, embryo formation, implantation, fetus formation, and birth of a baby. Is this cycle clear to everyone? Is this cycle clear to everyone? Yes, ma'am. Okay, if it is yes, ma'am, answer this question. Which of the following structures get embedded in the uterus? Easy question, but you should be knowing this. Easy question है, फिर भी people are getting it wrong. Okay, so थोड़ा सा आपको strong करना पड़ेगा concept. Hasini, the thing is, in case of a female, very good question again. Hasini has asked, how do we know a fish is female or male? In case of a female fish, the abdominal area जो है, it's a broad area. In case of female, the abdominal area, पेट का जो area होता है ना fish का, that is broad. Okay, and in case of male, it is kind of narrow and long. That's how we understand. Okay, everyone has answered. So yes, question, which of the following structures get embedded in the uterus? मतलब implantation किसका होता है? तो बच्चों implantation ना zygote का होता है ना fertilized egg का. Implantation होता है embryo का. People, if you have not attended, replay of the previous session will help you. Okay. So embryo gets embedded in the wall of the uterus. This process is known as implantation. Answer is option B. Achha. Here comes few subjective questions for you. Very, very important again from your school standpoint. So what is an embryo? Definition. Embryo is the structure that is formed when repetitive division of the zygote takes place. A zygote is a single cell. जब वो बार बार divide करता रहता है, a ball of cell will be formed. And that ball of cell is known as the embryo. But most importantly, In an embryo, we cannot understand which part is the hand, which part is the head, which part is the ear, and so on. But in this structure, that is the fetus में हमें समझ में आ जाएगा, because fetus is that stage of the embryo where all the body parts can be identified, more or less बाहर से आप देखोगे तो you can identify कि अच्छा this is the part of the baby's head, this part is the baby's body, this part is the baby's legs. So in your school examination, embryo and fetus का difference आ सकता है, right? So all in all, you say that fetus is that part where all the parts can be understood. बाहर से देख के, we can understand it from outside just by seeing. That is when we call it as a fetus. And till the time it is a ball of cell, we will call it as an embryo. As simple as that. Is the difference clear between embryo and fetus? Embryo and fetus में difference clear है सबको? Clear है ना? ठीक है, very good. Okay, and before I give you the question, I will give you a question. Before I do that, collect this also. Yes. Durgesh, human eggs will also have yolk, but very little, because in our case, most of the nutrition is provided by some other source. So that is why very little bit of yolk, or almost no yolk, you can say, but not like a bird ka egg. That is all. No, not like hen. उतना yolk नहीं है. How do many children grow in uterus? ये आप mic पे आओ, मैं समझाती हूँ. Charan, you come to the mic. I will explain you this question. Not have single H क्या? Not have single समझ में नहीं आ रहा है कार्तिक. ठीक है, चलो. Okay, next question पे मैं लेके जाती हूँ आपको. This is your next question. Okay, I am a stage in an embryonic development where this can be identified. Who am I? Some people are getting it wrong. I understand you are not there in the previous class. So probably that's the reason. Five, four, three, two, one. Chalo. So this stage is that stage जहाँ पे all the body parts can be identified. So which stage is it? It is fetus. Some people answered embryo, but जो embryo जो है, embryo is just a ball of cell. It's like this. It's a ball of cell. So in this ball of cell, can you understand which part is head, which part is ear, which part is hand? You cannot understand, right? So that is an embryo. But in a fetus, आपको समझ में आएगा. That is the difference. Okay. So now this is a very important question, that although two cells are fusing during the process of fertilization, a single cell, that is zygote, is formed. We generally say 2 plus 2 हमेशा, मतलब 1 plus 1 हमेशा 2 होता है, but यहाँ पे 1 sperm and 1 ovum excuse me. So यहाँ पे 1 sperm and 1 ovum are actually forming 1 zygote, not 2 cells. 1 plus 1 is equal to also 1. यहाँ पे this is the case, and this is very special, because if you are asked this question कि why 1 plus 1 cell is not 2 cell, आपको ये intelligently बताना है कि yes ma'am, 1 plus 1 is not 2 because both the cells are not coming together. The two cells are just giving their nucleus. Sperm का nucleus आया, ovum का nucleus आया, दोनों nucleus मिलके fuse हो गए and a single nucleus of zygote is formed. So the entire sperm and entire ovum, they are not coming together. Only the nucleus of the two are coming together to form the zygote. So therefore, in case of a zygote also, a single cell is there with a single nucleus. Have you understood the answer to this question? ये question बहुत ही important है, okay? Or I can give you a challenge कि if you ask a class 10 students also, they will also not be able to answer this question for you. It is a question like that. फर्टिलाइजेशन, ये भी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है, बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन हैपन इन hen. बर्ड्स में इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन होता है, बट बर्ड स्टिल ले एग्स. फिशेस में, frogs में, they lay eggs because they have external fertilization. So you can have this question in your mind. Okay, so you can have this question on your mind that if laying eggs is equal to external fertilization, why does a bird lay egg? Why does a hen lay egg, as a matter of fact? So you should not think it like this ki lay eggs matlab external fertilization. Organisms may also lay eggs, but they can still have internal fertilization, and hen is one example, very good example of that, right? So hens jo hai, they don't give birth to babies like humans, but still they lay eggs, but still they have internal fertilization just like humans. Humans की तरह उनका भी internal fertilization ही होता है. And how do we know this? How do we understand this? Because the eggs that the hens lay, they are covered with a shell. Okay, तो अगर the eggs are coming out of the body with a shell, तो fertilization कैसे होगा बाहर? स्पर्म्स जो है, स्पर्म्स तो छोटे छोटे सेल होते हैं, वो कैसे वो शेल को बैरियर को क्रॉस करके जाएंगे और उसके बाद उसको फर्टिलाइज करेंगे? इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल, इजंट इट? So therefore you can definitely understand that fertilization process has happened before only. And more importantly, if you have seen a bird, a mother bird, what does a mother bird do? Suppose there are some eggs, let's say 5 or 6 eggs are there. So the mother bird will sit on the egg and it will provide warmth to the egg. So therefore the embryos develop karenge eggs ke andar, and gradually jab development complete ho jayega, the eggs will break from within and the shells will crack, and us crack ke baad the chote chote birds or whatever you call it, small birds, they will come out. Chicks in case of a hen, basically the chicks are going to come out, right? So fertilization process is internal for a hen, but they will lay eggs just like any other organism such as fish or frog, but the process of fertilization happens inside the body only. एक चीज आप याद रखो, एक चीज आपको मैं शॉर्टकट बताती हूँ, कैसे आपको पता चलेगा एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन है कि इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन है. अगर ये शेल वाले एग्स, शेल्ड एग्स अगर है, इसका मतलब पक्का 100% इंटरनल फर्टिलाइजेशन. ओके, अगर विदाउट शेल एग्स है, विदाउट शेल, देन देयर इज अ चांस ऑफ एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन. That way you remember. So shell agar hai, internal fertilization. Confidently you can say this, right? Ek aur term, you know this fact, but you just have to learn these two terms, and this is the last topic of the day. Dhyan se suno. Viviparous and oviparous. What do these terms actually mean? Viviparous means the organisms which don't lay eggs, right? Viviparous are the organisms which give birth. जैसे कि humans, dogs, cats, they give birth directly. So they are known as viviparous organisms. And oviparous organisms are the organisms that lay eggs. अब lay eggs कौन करेगा? Fish, frog, birds, everything, they are going to lay eggs. So they will come under oviparous organism. This has got nothing to do with fertilization, mind you. Fertilization internal, external कुछ भी हो सकता है. But yes, oviparous and viviparous is just on the basis of whether they lay eggs or not. So if they lay eggs, they are oviparous. If they don't lay eggs, they give birth to the babies, they are viviparous. That's how you differentiate, right? So human, cat, cow, dogs, humans, जो भी babies को birth देते हैं, they are all viviparous. जो भी eggs को lay करते हैं, they are all oviparous, right? Is this concept clear? Because you have a quiz, last quiz of the day. Everyone is clear? ठीक है. Okay, तो अभी बच्चे लोग, I will give you every coin, don't worry, but answer this quiz for me first. And I think this I picked from Exemplar. This is an Exemplar question. NCERT Exemplar. Okay, करो आंसर. Very good, very good, great start. So I hope the new kids got an understanding that in this class we cover subjective question, we cover the NCRT question and the NCRT exemplar question. And basically this is all because of your school exams. School exams को दिमाग में रखते हुए it has been done. Okay, चलो 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and I close. So yes, Aradhana just explained before you leave. So out of this, we have been told कि hen जो हमारा है, hen is odd. So if you see that all these animals, they will give birth to young ones. They give birth to babies. But only hen जो है, it will lay eggs. अब अभी अभी मैंने बताया those who lay eggs, what do we call it? We call it as oviparous. Oviparous animal बोलते हैं. So therefore it is oviparous. ठीक है? अच्छा, चलो. This is it and in the next class में हम किससे start करेंगे? In the next class, remind me guys, in the next class we will start from life cycle of frog. ठीक है? Next class में life cycle of frog से हम start करेंगे. Alright, that's all I had for you today. And before you go,
Okay guys, thank you for watching my video, and if you like my video, like and share, and if you have any doubts, you also comment me, and don't forget to subscribe my channel for more videos.